All right, so this is going to be another rant. On Tuesday, during the game, at the end of the game, the eighth inning, with the bases loaded with 2 outs, the Mets sent up Luis Guillorme up at the plate. Now, I've been thinking about doing a video on him since Monday, just giving consideration to what's going on, just looking at this roster a little bit, trying to find ways to improve it. And looking at where we are in terms of this team, we're seeing some good things from the Mets prospects, guys that are now here. Brett Beatty's been pretty good. I've been very impressed with his. He does not look overwhelmed when he's come up to the plate. He takes a lot of pitches. I feel at some point the Mets should put him second. But I love the fact that they're batting him fifth. I would keep him there. I would not sit him under any circumstances, have him go up against lefties, have him play him every day. No problem. Francisco Alvarez had a big game on Tuesday. He hit 2 home runs. First time in his career. He's got 3 home runs on the season. His defense has been excellent. I've been really very happy, and I think you've been all happy with what you've seen. Tomas Nido is not cutting it. And I would mention that the Mets signed to a minor league contract, Gary Sanchez. I am not too enamored with that move either. I am not a big fan of Gary Sanchez under any circumstances. The only thing he has going for him is he's got big power, but beyond that, he can't hit. And he's probably the worst defensive catcher of the last 20 years. He is that bad. I mean, he's really bad. But he was given a minor league deal, whatever. But Alvarez at this point, I think he has shown to us that he is an everyday player. He is a star. He's going to be a big star here. He hit 2 balls that were high fastballs. And the one thing they always say in Major League Baseball is guys that can hit the high fastball, those guys have pretty quick bats. And he has a quick bat. And it doesn't take him much to get the ball out of the ballpark. He's got the kind of power that he hits it in the air, it goes out. And you don't see too many guys that do that. And like I said, his defense has been very good. His ability he's been a bit of a leader. He's had a reputation of being a leader. So we see some of the sort of leadership qualities with him. Now, like I said, in the 7th inning, Marcana ground down to a double play. Basically killed the rally in the 7th inning. They only got 1 run out of it from that play. Then in the 8th inning, Luis Guillorme. He came in to pinch hit for Canna. And his at-bat was not against Alexis Diaz. Wasn't something to write home about. I know he found some tough pitches off. And I know probably that 3rd strike, he probably didn't swing on that pitch. But I cannot deal with watching him hit. His on-base percentage and OPS is it's horrible. He's got 1 double. He's got, I think, a slugging percentage of 254. And his defense has not been Gold Glove-ish like it was last year. And same thing with Vogelback. If he's not doing the thing you want him to do, and one of the things you want him to do is play good defense, make contact. And he struck out on that play. It doesn't matter if he didn't swing, he was still called out on 3rd strike. And I'm thinking, why do they have him here at this point? You're going to say, well, he is the backup shortstop. Aha! But here we go. Ronny Mauricio. I was looking at his numbers before. His OPS is 950. He's got 6 home runs. He's got 10 doubles. He's just learning how to play second base, but he's played shortstop throughout most of his career. Now, if you're saying to yourself, all right, if Beatty's going to be the everyday third baseman, that means you don't need Guillorme playing third once every 2 or 3 weeks. You don't need him there. You have Escobar too. So if you want to give Beatty a day off or whatever, you can do that by having Escobar play third for him. And you can play him, if you want to bring a pinch runner for for Beatty at some point in the game, you can always put Escobar there late for defense, or even have him pinch run. It doesn't matter. So if you have Mauricio who's learning second base, and you say to yourself, all right, now we know that this week that Carlos Beltran went up to Syracuse to watch the Syracuse Mets play. And he went up there to watch Mauricio and Mark Vientos and see how they perform. I don't know what his report was. We're never going to know what he thought of these players. But at this point, and there is a rumor out there from a Spanish-speaking reporter that they may call him up in the next few days. This is Mauricio. And he is on the 40-man roster, just like Vientos is. So why have Guillorme on this team if he's not playing good defense and he's not making contact? Why not just bring up Mauricio at this point? You know he has power. Why have him? And I've said this is the big line I've had. Why waste at bats in AAA when they can do it here? If instead of hitting a home run in AA or AAA, have him hit a home run here. So what if they scuffle a little bit in the first week or so? They're learning, they're getting comfortable. We're seeing how comfortable Alvarez is getting. Now he's considered one of the best prospects in baseball. But these guys are prospects too. Mauricio's a prospect, and he's been a prospect for a long time. And he's finally developing that power that people have talked about. We saw it in spring training. He had a big spring training to where he was hitting home runs like crazy, and tremendous home runs. Home runs that were no doubters. And he's been doing that in AAA. Why waste that time? Why waste that time down in AAA when you can have him here in the big leagues? And he is a threat. He's a threat offensively. And you don't necessarily have to play him every day. Or maybe you do play him every day. And not for nothing. You can always play Jeff McNeil all around. You can play him at left. You can play him at right. It just raises the level of the lineup. I liked what I saw on Tuesday, the way the lineup was set up. Nimmo, Lindor, McNeil, Pete, Beatty. I thought that was very, very strong. And it showed. And I think that's why Lindor had a home run on Tuesday. I just thought the flow looked a little bit better at the moment. Now, like I said, Mauricio, how much more does he have to prove for him to get to the majors? He had a great Dominican League. He was the MVP of the Dominican League in the winter, this past winter. He played really well in spring training. He has played really well in AAA. He's been very good defensively at shortstop when he was playing. I don't know how he is short at second base. We don't know that because there hasn't been any reports. But the guy can provide power and provide extra base power. And this team could use as much offense as they can. They need to upgrade the offense. If they're not going to get the pitching that they need to win games, they need to score more runs. That is a quick and easy fix, and you don't have to make trades. Now, another thing you got to consider is Guillorme's options. Does he have an option left in the minor leagues? I don't know that. Because if Mauricio's here, Guillorme's not going to be here. You can't have them both on the team if he gets called up. And that's been the rumor over the last few hours. So you let me know what you think about this video. Please subscribe to the Baseball Hut. This is a little more quieter rant than I've had the last 2 days. Because I was very upset on Sunday after watching the way they've been playing. And obviously I really went hard at the Vogelback. And so this thing with Mauricio, Guillorme is a different story because, Mauricio and Nido are kind of on the same kind of wavelength in terms of the same bubble. They both could be out of here very quickly. But Nido probably went down the line than Guillorme. And like I said, I don't know their options. So, again, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the Baseball Hut. Thank you, and I'll see you later.